Are you drowning in workplace drama and distractions? Constantly putting out fires instead of focusing on your actual work?
If you're nodding along, you're probably suffering from the effects of toxic workplace habits.
These aren't just annoying quirks, they're productivity killers.
They steal your time, drain your energy, and leave you feeling burnt out. But don't worry, this video will equip you with the tools to identify and combat these toxic habits, so you can reclaim your focus and boost your productivity.
By the end, you'll know how to navigate even the most challenging workplace environments and thrive. Let's dive in. One of the biggest productivity killers? The endless meeting.
We've all been there, trapped in a meeting that could have been an email, listening to discussions that don't concern us, and watching the clock tick away. Studies show that unproductive meetings cost companies billions of dollars annually. A survey by Doodle found that professionals attend an average of 12 meetings per week, and a staggering 50% of these are considered a waste of time. That's a significant amount of wasted time that could be spent on actually getting things done.
Why are meetings so often unproductive?
It often boils down to a lack of clear objectives, poor agendas, and a tendency for discussions to veer off topic. People ramble, personal agendas take over, and before you know it, an hour has evaporated without any real progress.
Example: think about that weekly team meeting that always starts with a general catch-up session.
People share personal anecdotes, discuss weekend plans, and before you know it, half the meeting is gone, and the actual project updates are rushed or skipped entirely.
The fix. Question every meeting. Before accepting a meeting invite, ask yourself, is my presence truly necessary? Can I get the information I need from a summary or minutes?
Demand an agenda. Insist on a clear and concise agenda before the meeting.
This ensures everyone knows what will be discussed and what the desired outcome is. If there isn't an agenda, ask the organizer for one. Stick to the point. If you're leading a meeting, enforce time limits for each agenda item and gently steer the conversation back on track when it starts to wander. Propose alternatives. Suggest asynchronous communication methods like email, instant messaging, or project management tools for updates and quick questions. End early. If the meeting objectives are met before the scheduled end time, wrap it up. People will appreciate the gift of time. Email. It's a blessing and a curse. While it's a vital communication tool, it can also become a major source of distraction and stress. The constant barrage of notifications, the pressure to respond immediately, and the sheer volume of emails can lead to email overload, severely impacting productivity. According to research, workers spend an average of 28% of their workday reading and answering emails. That's more than 2 hours a day. The problem isn't email itself, but how we manage it. Many of us are guilty of constantly checking our inbox, reacting to every new message as it arrives, and getting sucked into endless email threads. This reactive approach disrupts our focus and makes it difficult to concentrate on more important tasks. Example: you're working on a critical report when you get a notification for a new email. You quickly check it, see it's a non-urgent request, but the notification pulls you out of your flow state. Then, it takes you 15 minutes to get back to the same level of focus on your report. This happens multiple times a day. The fix. Schedule email time. Designate specific times of the day to check and respond to emails. Avoid checking your inbox constantly throughout the day. Turn off notifications. Disable email notifications to minimize distractions. Close your email client when you need to focus on other tasks. Use filters and folders. Organize your inbox using filters and folders to prioritize important emails and automatically sort less urgent ones. Unsubscribe ruthlessly. Unsubscribe from newsletters, promotional emails, and other unnecessary subscriptions. Learn to say no. Don't feel obligated to respond to every email immediately. Set realistic expectations for response times. The office gossip mill. It's a breeding ground for negativity, rumors, and distrust. Engaging in or even passively listening to gossip can be detrimental to your productivity and overall well-being. It creates a tense and uncomfortable work environment,
distracts from work tasks, and can damage relationships between colleagues.
Why is gossip toxic? Gossip is often based on hearsay and assumptions, leading to misunderstandings and misinterpretations. It can create cliques, fuel resentment, and damage morale.
It also consumes valuable time and energy that could be spent on productive work.
Example: you hear a rumor that a colleague is being considered for a promotion that you were hoping for.
Instead of focusing on your own work, you start to obsess over the rumor, analyzing every interaction with your colleague and speculating about your chances. This anxiety and distraction significantly impact your productivity.
The fix: avoid participation, politely decline to participate in gossip sessions.
Change the subject, excuse yourself, or simply walk away.
Don't spread rumors, refuse to pass on any information that you haven't verified yourself.
Focus on facts, stick to objective facts and avoid making assumptions or judgments. Address concerns directly. If you have a problem with a colleague, address it directly with them in a professional and respectful manner. Promote a positive environment, encourage a culture of open communication and mutual respect within your team.
Micromanagement.
It's the antithesis of trust and empowerment. When managers constantly hover over their employees, dictating every detail and second-guessing every decision, it stifles creativity, reduces motivation, and crushes productivity. A study by Trinity Solutions found that 71% of employees said that being micromanaged interfered with their job.
Why is micromanagement damaging?
It sends the message that the manager doesn't trust their employees to do their jobs, leading to resentment and disengagement. It also prevents employees from developing their skills and taking ownership of their work.
Example: your manager constantly asks for updates on every task, even the smallest ones. They want to approve every email before it's sent and review every document before it's finalized. This constant oversight prevents you from working independently and efficiently.
The fix: document everything. Keep a detailed record of your accomplishments and progress to demonstrate your capabilities. Communicate proactively, regularly update your manager on your work, highlighting key milestones and addressing any potential challenges.
Seek feedback, actively ask for feedback on your work to show that you're committed to improvement.
Set boundaries, politely but firmly push back against excessive micromanagement.
Explain how it's impacting your productivity and suggest alternative approaches.
Escalate if necessary. If the micromanagement persists despite your efforts, consider escalating the issue to HR or a higher-level manager.
The always-on culture. The expectation that employees should be available and responsive 24/7.
In today's hyper-connected world, it's easy to fall into the trap of constantly checking emails, responding to messages, and working outside of regular business hours. But this constant connectivity can lead to burnout, reduced productivity, and a decline in overall well-being. A study by Gallup found that employees who work more than 50 hours per week experience significantly higher levels of stress and burnout.
Why is always-on unsustainable?
It blurs the lines between work and personal life, making it difficult to disconnect and recharge.
This can lead to chronic stress, sleep deprivation, and a decline in physical and mental health. Example: you feel obligated to check your email every evening and respond to messages, even on weekends. You're constantly worried about missing something important, so you never truly disconnect from work. The fix: set boundaries, establish clear boundaries between work and personal life.
Define your working hours and stick to them as much as possible. Disconnect after work, turn off work notifications and avoid checking emails or messages outside of working hours. Prioritize self-care, make time for activities that help you relax, recharge, and de-stress. Communicate expectations, clearly communicate your boundaries to your colleagues and manager.
Advocate for change. If your company promotes an always-on culture, advocate for policies that support work-life balance.
Feeling undervalued and unappreciated can be a major demotivator in the workplace. When employees consistently feel like their hard work goes unnoticed, it can lead to disengagement, decreased productivity, and even turnover. According to a survey by Gallup, employees who don't feel recognized are twice as likely to quit their jobs. The problem: often, managers fail to provide regular and meaningful feedback and appreciation to their team members. It can be a simple thank you after a big project or highlighting their contribution in a team meeting. Example: you consistently go above and beyond in your work, delivering excellent results and exceeding expectations. However, your efforts are rarely acknowledged or appreciated by your manager or colleagues. The fix: seek feedback proactively. Don't wait for your manager to give you feedback. Ask for it regularly and be open to constructive criticism. Highlight your accomplishments. Keep a record of your accomplishments and share them with your manager during performance reviews or one-on-one meetings. Recognize your own value, acknowledge your own hard work, and celebrate your successes, even if others don't. Lead by example. Start recognizing the contributions of your colleagues. A little appreciation can go a long way. Communicate your needs. If you're not receiving the recognition you need, politely and professionally communicate your needs to your manager. Working without clear goals and expectations is like navigating a ship without a compass. When employees don't understand what's expected of them or how their work contributes to the overall organizational goals, it can lead to confusion, frustration, and decreased productivity. Why are clear goals essential? Clear goals provide direction, motivation, and a sense of purpose. They help employees prioritize their tasks, allocate their time effectively, and track their progress. Example: you're assigned a project without a clear understanding of the objectives, deadlines, or success metrics. You're left to figure things out on your own, leading to wasted time, duplicated efforts, and ultimately, a less than satisfactory outcome. The fix: seek clarification. Don't be afraid to ask for clarification on any task or project that you don't fully understand. Set SMART goals. Ensure that your goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Align with company objectives. Understand how your work contributes to the overall goals and objectives of the organization. Regular check-ins. Schedule regular check-ins with your manager to discuss your progress and address any roadblocks. Document expectations. Ensure that all goals and expectations are documented in writing, whether it's in a project brief, email, or